Red light, green light. Come up against the lock you can't pick, you mash them together, boom. Hasta lasagna, don't get any on ya. You got about 5 seconds. Just don't chew. Welcome to Should You Watch This with the Popcorn Priest, a weekly podcast where movie enthusiasts, current and ex-movie theater projectionists, new and old friends, take the time to talk about a movie that we just watched and answer that very question, should or shouldn't you watch this? One man has one chance to do the impossible, and that man is... Joining me today, reoccurring guest, Dan Sacklunch Sekulich. Welcome back to the show, my man. So,
I think I was the last person on the face of the planet to see this movie.
Correct. That is 100% correct. So, after finding out that you have been a huge Tom Cruise fan and had never seen any, I repeat, any of the Mission Impossible films, this is the start of our impossible mission of reviewing all the movies in that franchise to rectify that travesty. Dan, your mission, if you choose to accept it, is watch all 6 Mission Impossible movies and do 12 podcasts, each varying in length from 30 minutes to an hour, and break down some of the most amazing stunts in movie history with yours truly, the Popcorn Priest.
All the way in, baby.
All right. The details for this one. An American agent under false suspicion of disloyalty must discover and expose the real spy without the help of his organization. Directed by none other than Brian De Palma. Do you know who he is, Dan?
I do not.
He directed, I only put 2 of the ones that I think are highly lauded: Scarface and The Untouchables.
Great movies.
Yeah.
Like all-timers.
Yeah. I mean, he has gone down a pretty steep hill in the last 10 years, but yeah, he's had some good hits along the way. So, top bill stars: Tom Cruise, John Voight, Emmanuel Beart, Jean Reno, Ving Rhames, and an uncredited Emilio Estevez.
Uncredited? Why?
Uncredited. Yeah. I don't know. So even on IMDb, you have to click on not only just that he's not top billed, obviously, but then you go down to the top cast and you have to scroll down all the way to the bottom and hit see all cast and crew and scroll to the very bottom and you see Emilio Estevez.
So, I mean, I felt like he was a pretty big star at this time, but...
Correct.
I mean, maybe what happened to his character was symbolic of his career.
I mean, he just was cast as Coach Bombay of the Mighty Ducks in a resurgence on Disney Plus. So I guess he's coming back a little bit.
Come back.
A little mini comeback. I don't know. I hope so. I love Emilio Estevez, man.
Absolutely.
And I saw, actually, to be honest, I saw on his IMDb page that he is going to direct a Young Guns 3.
Oh, amen to that.
Right? And it's got...
Yes.
Dude, it's got... what's the guys... Sorry, I'm looking at this.
Kiefer Sutherland and...
I don't know about Kiefer. He's...
Lou Diamond
Phillips. Yeah, that's the one, dude.
Yeah, but...
It's called Guns 3, alias Billy the Kid. And
I hope it has budget.
Christian Slater and Lou Diamond Phillips are coming back.
Amazing.
That'd be great. Okay. That'd be crazy. So anyway, uncredited Emilio Estevez. Runtime of 1 hour, 50 minutes, rated PG-13. Genre on Rotten Tomatoes says action adventure. IMDb says action adventure thriller. So I'm leaning towards Rotten Tomatoes on this one. I think they got it right. Action adventure. It's not thrilling. I mean, there's moments.
You don't think so?
There's moments, but it's not like a thriller. I don't know. Maybe you could probably convince me. Maybe it has a little sprinkling of thrilling.
There's some thrilling stuff in there.
Yeah.
There's some action-packed scenes.
Yeah. Especially for 1996.
Yeah.
IMDb gives us a rating of 7.1 out of 10 from 423,000 reviews. Rotten Tomatoes gives it 66% from 64 critics and 71% from 250,000 audience ratings.
Good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah. At the time of this recording, you can stream this on Paramount Plus amongst all the million streaming services out there right now.
There's so many, bro.
It sucks, man.
It's too many.
I hate it so much. And I hate the fact, I hate it more for the fact that you can't, like, something will be somewhere for like 30 days, 60 days. And then you go, I wanted to watch that. And you go to look it up again and it's gone. And it's somewhere else.
Right.
It's rough. Otherwise, you can purchase this from your preferred purveyor of digital media. If you choose the highest tier of our Patreon account, you'll have access to the Popcorn Priest permanent collection. Go to patreon.com/Popcorn Priest for details. All right, this brings us to some of the most coveted category of should you watch this. Popcorn reviews the reviews. Obviously, you know by now, if you're listening, if you've listened to more than one episode, this is where we read some really bad reviews and some really good reviews and kind of pick them apart. Mainly laugh at them.
Yes.
What do you want first? I'll give you the choice. You want the stinkers or the top ones?
Let's go top ones first.
Yeah. I like that. Okay. All right. First one is one of my all-time favorite movies, says Lebowski T1000. He says, or she, or they, this is without a doubt one of my favorite films of all time. I'll never forget watching this film for the first time with a good buddy of mine. Afterward, we couldn't stop talking about it. No, it's fine. And spent a great deal of time explaining plot points to each other. We finally decided that we just had to see it again. So we did, and all of our questions were answered, and our theories proven correct. 10 out of 10.
It's like, I love that it's the best movie he's ever seen. The thing I love about Lebowski T1000 is he has so much depth as a human being that Mission Impossible is his all-time ever. And
I
picture him with a ponytail.
Yeah, yes. And when he saw it, he's probably like broing out with his buddy, and then they're like, we got to go right back in. And they go and see it.
Yeah.
They see it a second time. So great.
Oh, man.
All right, number 2, John M001 says, great. For Tom Cruise fans and non-fans alike, this wonderful thriller is so well crafted that it took my breath away. Many people, even professional film critics, didn't understand it. Perhaps it is too well written. Yes, it is complex. Yes, it is written for people with an attention span greater than a 3-year-old's. You must pay attention. But it does make sense. Every single second of the film is important. Director Brian De Palma gives us the unexpected at every turn. His visuals, as always, are exciting. The entire cast is fine, but it is De Palma's movie all the way. One of the best films of the 90s. 10 out of 10.
Wow. That was inspiring and disturbing at the same time.
I mean, he has a point that it is De Palma's movie. You can tell that he directed it. It's good.
Yeah. I mean, look, I don't know about breathtaking.
It's not breathtaking. No.
The funny thing is with some of these good ones is these guys always give such backhanded compliments.
Yes.
Like, when I hear somebody say, yeah, it's fine, that means, yeah, I don't know. Like, I could take it or leave it.
Yeah.
So you can't take it or leave it and then give it a 10 out of 10 and talk about how breathtaking it was.
Well, yeah, especially when the title of the review is great. This is great.
Like, it reminds me of Seinfeld with the baby. Is the baby breathtaking?
Yeah, exactly. No, it's not.
Okay.
All right, last but not least, 10 out of 10. This was actually 9 out of 10 because I liked it so much. Big Pun says, very, very good movie. Despite the complicated plot, which I just about managed to get. This is just about. He's not sure yet. He or she is not sure. Big Pun does not got all the way there yet.
Okay.
This is a brilliant action movie. The 2 hours goes very quickly, and at not one part was I bored. The action scenes kept me on the edge of my seat, and I thought the cast was excellent, especially Ving Rhames, Jon Voight, and uncredited cameo by Emilio Estevez. Thank you. This is the best part. Along with Die Hard with a Vengeance, Speed, and Face Off, one of the best action movies of the 90s. 9 out of 10 stars. Okay,
where
do you rank that?
With all those movies?
Yeah, with Die Hard with a Vengeance, Speed, and Face Off. Mission Impossible. He's saying it's right up there with those.
Yeah.
I'm saying, dude, I'll say it right now. I love Mission Impossible, but Face Off and Die Hard with a Vengeance is better.
So good.
And probably Speed.
So all of them were so good.
But still.
I mean, they're all kind of in the same genre and the same time period. And Mission Impossible has legacy.
Yes.
At this point. So like when was that written? When was that? I picture this dude. I guarantee that his keys are connected to a belt loop. But when was this written?
I don't know. Let's see. I'm actually probably can look it up.
I always wonder if it was recently or if these were back when.
June 2000. So it was 4 years after the film came out.
Yeah.
So he's got
sense for that time period.
He's got the key ring, maybe even one of the ones that like you can like kind of pull out and it goes right back into its holster.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
that's right. I rocked one of those at the old Ultimate days. Yeah, dude.
Ultimate Electronics, slinging home audio, and
car stereos, baby.
Stereos.
Yeah, but
all right, we're to the trash reviews. I got 3 for you. The first one is, if you like the TV series, you will hate this movie, says Lima 2.
Okay.
Lima says, if you're a big fan of the television series starring Peter Graves and Martin Landau, which is from the 60s, okay, mind you, like I am, then you will hate this movie as much as I did. It has nothing to do with the television series other than its title and opening musical sequence. I went into this movie expecting more. If you can get beyond these prejudices, then you can expect, at best, a mediocre movie. Right off the top of my head, I can pick 5 or 6 episodes from the series that were actually better than this movie. It's a shame because I like Tom Cruise. He's better than this. 1 out of 10 stars.
This is clearly somebody that goes to bed before 8.
Correct.
And sends suit back all the time.
Yeah. Yes, for sure. Yes. Okay. I think you've hit a theme of the next 2 reviews. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Number 2. Puri. PYWRI says, not just bad, but horrible. Okay, let's make this simple. Thanks, Puri. This is perhaps the worst movie ever made. It is more than predictable. It is so lacks originality that I not only figured out what was going to happen throughout the entire movie less than 10 minutes into it, I could even tell you the lines of each character before they spoke them. Bro, there's no way.
No.
There's no way. No way.
Not a chance.
Not a chance. Okay, we'll keep going. The highly touted special effects, they were average at best. And considering the budget of this film, they could have been infinitely better. The acting, editing, and cinematography were far from cutting edge. The best part of this film? That it ends, but not nearly soon enough. Your best bet, skip this movie. Watch the miniature golf tournament on ESPN2 instead. 1 out of 10 stars. Dude,
there's no way, bro.
In 1996, the effects in this film, they still hold up, man.
I feel like this person at one point in their life has said something to the effect of, I bet I can throw this football over the mountains.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, this is a glory days type of dude.
Or he said, I could have wrote a script better than this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I understand you're 52 now. You used to be a starting running back in high school.
You blew out your knee.
I know you still have the Letterman's jacket, bro, but you got to move on, man.
He's got a little bit of a gimp.
Kids now.
He's kind of got a little bit of a gimp and a chip on his shoulder.
Oh, man alive, Pyrie, come on.
Yeah. All right. Last but not least,
humble yourself.
Whoever wrote this has no idea about helicopters or physics, says Sploshed. I love this so much, and I'm glad that we went in backwards order because you're going to love this. How does towing a helicopter behind a train work? The tunnel is ridiculous. The film clearly showed sparks from the helicopter's blades as they hit the tunnel when they began towing by the train. This would have caused the blades to shatter and the helicopter to crash. Then you have more sparks as the helicopter again hits the top of the tunnel, yet it somehow still flies. This is the only part of the film I watched, but this scene angered me so much that I had to write a review. 1 out of 10 stars.
There's a lot to unpack there.
A lot. And I need to point out that he spelled, I had to write WRIGHT, a review.
Yeah, like this guy is clearly an astrophysicist, definitely knows about the dynamics of how air. Come on. Like,
no.
What is he even talking about? Has he ever seen a helicopter get pulled into the tunnel? All right, then don't talk about it.
Bro,
come on.
I'm this might be a little bit of a spoiler just for the show. I looked this up, okay? And we'll talk about it again a little bit more. And I don't know if it's this week or next week, but they based this off of the fact that this happened. A helicopter went into a tunnel, okay? This physically happened, and they based it off of that. So I'm sorry, Mr. Sploshed. You're not. It's not right, man.
Get a dictionary.
Also,
grow up.
It's a movie, dude.
Yeah.
It's a movie based on a TV show. Like, wow,
the funny thing is that's the one thing that he picked out was the helicopter. It wasn't like, you can't just spray perfume on somebody and that marks them.
Correct.
Or you can't mash gum together and make it into a bomb that would explode that big. Like, it was none of that. It was the helicopter scene.
Well, and he says, or she, this is the only part of the film I watched. What are you doing? Did you skip to the very end? Or did you walk in and go to the wrong film? And then you just walk out right after that? I don't even know how this is possible. How do you skip forward to an hour and 30 minutes into a movie? Whether you're in the theater or your house. And then you're like, I'm out. I'm going to turn this off or leave. Come on.
You got one guy that basically says he knows it all, and then another one that is all about aerodynamics.
Correct.
And
well,
these review writers are amazingly intelligent.
Hopefully that gives you a framing for the film. a really poor one. All right, let's get into the hottest segment in podcasting. Should or shouldn't you watch this? I have 5 reasons why you should watch this. And then I want your reasons as well, Dan.
Okay.
Number 1, and I put this for you. If you like Tom Cruise, you got to watch this movie.
Bro, he was so young in this.
So young. I feel like, okay.
Holy cow.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Should or shouldn't you watch this? But did you feel like his nose he's gotten some work on his nose? Because it looks,
for sure. His nose is much smaller now.
It looks much nicer and not as jacked up. Like there's some like camera angles. His teeth, I think, were fixed because his teeth were jacked up in The Outsiders and Legend, a couple other movies. But I think you're right. I think his teeth even got better. Like he got a even better dentist.
Oh, 100%.
A dentist of the stars after
he got so young in this, man.
Really, really young. Yeah. But he also is drinking, gypsy tears or something because he looks like he's 28.
In his 20s.
Yeah, exactly.
He really does. It's impressive.
Yeah. All right. Number 2, if you like spy movies, I think this is for sure for you.
Oh, 100%.
And I would have, I'm trying to decide whether to bring this up or not. I really think of the 6 films, this is the most spy film that there is.
Really?
Like with regard to having such a cool plot and a very just spy-based stuff, the rest of them start to become more. So
I was going to get into that. I think
maybe we pause on that. I
definitely have a remark on that, but it'll probably be next week.
Okay. All right. Number 3, if you prefer plots that are as simple as Sesame Street episodes, then this is not for you.
It ain't for you.
Okay. I had to explain this. I had to pause this probably 6 times for my wife. I'm like, okay, that guy, that's part of this team. Okay. This is over here. I was like, it's not too complex, but they do frame it in a really interesting way. And I really, really like it. But yeah, it
was well done.
You got to watch it. You got to pay attention. Number 4, if you want to see one of the coolest, really tense heist scenes, then this is for you.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the most iconic scenes today.
Yeah. I mean, you knew about it and you had never seen it.
Right. I mean, if not the most iconic action scene.
I'm not kidding you. I hold my breath every single time it's on. When I'm watching it, I'm like, I don't want to, hit the toast. Like I don't want to go too loud to set off the alarm. All right, number 5.
No, it's good.
If you want to see Tom Cruise do some pretty sweet on-screen magic, then press play. Those are my 5 reasons.
Okay. No, I like it. I think one reason I'll throw in there is if you want to see the origins of most of today's spy movie kind of gadgets, this has it. Just in beta form, like in original Nintendo form, because like it doesn't seem as though most of the spy movie gadgets have evolved significantly from this movie. Does that make sense?
I mean, other than you have like the original like Apple II computer and like zip drives and
right. But I mean, as far as like the tools they have.
Oh yeah.
The glasses, those types of things, the glasses with thermal detectors and just all the different tools that spies use. It doesn't feel like they've really evolved that much. Now they look better and they're much crisper and cleaner, but it's all the same tools still today.
Same stuff.
25 years later.
Yeah, I agree. I actually agree with that. And it's kind of like this weird bridge between like early James Bond, then this, and then what came after, like what you were saying, later James Bond, later Mission Impossible stuff.
Agreed.
Any other reasons?
I think, as always, if you just want to sit down and eat some popcorn, some peanut M&Ms, and drink some cherry Coke and be entertained, this is for you.
Yeah, and it's not tame in the fact that it's not exciting to watch, but it's definitely not, you could watch this with your kid, not the kids, maybe like 12-year-olds, 10-year-olds.
Yeah, I would say so. Absolutely. I mean, there wasn't much language.
Yeah.
There really wasn't anything gratuitous as far as sex scenes or anything like that.
Yeah, a little bit of, no sex scenes, like a little bit of blood. Not a lot of profanity
not
either.
Much violence.
Yeah, I agree.
And I would even say that it's a little more than just a popcorn flick. Like, it has some depth.
Yes. That's what I was trying to say with the spy movie. Like, this is more than just what I think Mission Impossible movies have become, without spoiling it for you, because you haven't seen any of them. But this is, I would say, trying its hardest to be a spy movie.
Yeah, and the plot was great.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there you go.
Awesome.
That's all I got.
Love it.
For God's sake, just give me the damn number!
All right, here's numbers. And I don't have a ton. I'm sorry, but I think they're good. So, did you look up anything? I think I tell you not to. What do you think the budget?
I don't. The budget?
Yeah, what do you think the budget is?
96. For this one, I think the budget was probably pretty massive. I would probably say 82.
Oh my gosh, it's 80, dude. Are you
really?
Sure you're not looking this up?
Swear it.
Wow.
Swear it. On my honor.
You're
on
getting.
my honor.
I would say 4 out of 5. You get them right all the time, man.
Yeah.
So $80 million budget. This had a box office haul. Do you want to try to guess? This is domestic and international box office sales combined.
Oh man, I would probably put it at 171
for both combined.
Yeah,
you are way off. This is one of the 4 out of 5 times. $457 million it grossed.
Whoa, I didn't even know that number existed until Titanic, which was after that.
Well, Titanic was like $1 billion, bro. But still, $500 million is a lot of money.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I was way off.
Samsonite. I was way off. All right. In conjunction with those numbers, listen to this. And this is where I think Tom Cruise he got his nose fixed and his teeth done. He deferred his $20 million fee for a percentage of the box office takings.
What was the percentage?
I don't know. I mean, what do you think it could have been? I mean, no more than 10% probably, but even 10%. Like, dude,
I would probably say he probably got 10%. Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
I would probably say 10%.
$40 to $50 million.
He does that on almost every movie now.
Probably now.
He's been doing it since then.
But this was his first movie where he was like a producer. It was the first movie that his production company made. Before that, he was just an actor. But This is where I think his start of like being super involved in the film and like, really having a say in what was going on in the movie.
Yeah, dude, he's made monopoly money in his career at this point.
It's, I hope, yeah, I'll keep giving him my money, man.
Oh, absolutely, amazing.
This is a cool stat. The first movie to have a release of over 3,000 theaters in the United States, which obviously helped in its box office haul.
While you're on the theater thing, did you hear a change coming to, I can't remember which theater chain.
Oh, yeah. Are you talking about AMC? How they're changing their pricing for their seats?
Yeah, the pay for premium. Yeah.
They call it line of sight. I looked it up. Yeah. So in the middle, if you pay premium, I think it's like only $1 more or $2 more, but still but you also pay less if you sit in the front row. So you offset it.
I gotta be honest. I kind of agree with it.
I mean, I do too.
People are upset, but if I get there late and I've got a shitty seat, I don't want to pay the same as everybody else.
Correct. Especially
so
if they're not assigned seating, which now everywhere is, well, at least in the United States. How is it in Brazil? Is it assigned seating or is it just come as you are?
Brother, I still to this point have not gotten out to see a movie here in Brazil.
You have not been to a Brazilian theater since you got there?
Bro, I've not been to a theater in over 3 years. Man.
Well, you do have a newborn. Well, not a newborn, but like a two.
Yeah, she too.
Two. That, I mean,
yeah.
It's harder.
We just got out of the house for 2 hours last week for the first time ever.
Do you know, though, if Brazil has assigned seating, or you're not aware?
I'm not aware. I don't believe they do, but
that'd be interesting to find out.
But the other thing that listeners should know, and I don't know if they should know this or not, but maybe they'll find it interesting, is most of it is dubbed.
Okay. That's
they have
pretty bad.
Portuguese speaking over it, and then they have also so they have either dublado, which is dubbed with Portuguese, or they'll have it in original with subtitles.
Oh, okay. At least they have that.
But right now, it's hard to find anything in English with subtitles in Portuguese. So, and what's strange is everybody that I talk to here says they can't stand the dubbed because it just sounds ridiculous and it takes away from the movie.
That's really cool that, hearing that from, another country, another, audience going to the theater, they agree. Because I also agree. Like if I was going to the theater and watching Korean films, I want to hear the Korean. I don't want to hear some idiot American guy who's trying to act like I kind of want that. I want to hear their inflection. I want to hear the tone, and I can read the subtitles.
Yeah, that's how most of them feel, but that can also be difficult if you're not a fast reader. There's challenges that we all know when it comes to a third world country and the education and those types of things. So
true.
I think that's why you see more of the dubbed.
Well, maybe go back to grade school and get your reading done.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Sorry. Okay. Speaking,
you might want to take that part out.
Maybe.
For our Brazilian listeners.
I love everybody. Okay. I just want to make sure you're getting taken care of. Doors will open to you if you got those grade school grades up. So let's see. The first movie. Oh, I already said this. That it released in 3,000 theaters. So it was top 4 grossing film of 1996. Actually, it was three of the top 4 grossing films of 1996. What do you think the other 4 movies are from 1996 that made? Well, there's one. Obviously, it's number 3. So, what was right below it, and then what are the 2 above it?
Gosh, man,
It's okay if you don't know. I mean, I'm going to tell you anyway.
Is Dumb and Dumber one?
No, this is going to blow your mind because of the amount of money. Well, maybe it won't.
Yeah, you're going to have to lay it out to me.
All right. I'm going to go backwards. So number 4, The Rock with 140. And these are domestic numbers, okay? So this is just stateside, United States. The Rock made 143 million. Then we got Mission Impossible. Oh, yeah. I need to review that on the show for sure. Mission Impossible won 180 million. Of that 457 million. So a lot of people liked it outside the States more than inside the States. Number 2, Twister, 241 million.
Really?
Yeah, Twister, dude. I never saw that thing. Bro, when it came out, I was like, I'm not seeing that. I don't need to see it. And everyone went and saw it, dude. Everyone loved Twister.
Wait, did 241 domestic?
Domestic. Twister.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay. I was baffled then. I'm baffled now.
I'm baffled.
And number 1, Independence Day with $306 million. Yeah, that's not the surprising.
I remember seeing that. I was going to high school in Las Vegas, and I remember seeing it in a brand new theater, and that movie was epic.
Bro, do you want to hear something crazy? I watched that movie. Remember the Cinedome where we grew up?
You're dang right. Riverdale Road, baby.
Riverdale Road. The craziest theaters. They're basically what theaters are now, but there was 2, I don't want to get gross, but they look like 2 big breasts. Giant breasts.
They were big boobs.
Yeah.
Correct.
2 theaters with like what do you say? 400, 500 seats in each one?
Yeah.
Stadium seating, amazing sound. I saw Independence Day in that theater on July 3rd at like 10:30. People were losing their minds when it said July 4th, Independence Day. And it was like, it was like midnight. It was like 12:02, and we were just like, yeah, it was the coolest thing ever.
Such simpler times.
Simpler times. Yeah. I only have two more numbers, and then we might want to give our general review of the film. The channel tunnel sequence involves 152 special effects shot for a scene that lasts over 7 minutes, a little over 7 minutes.
Yeah, it was a long special effects scene.
Yeah, there's a lot of,
I felt like,
pieces of the puzzle.
Right.
Train, on the train, lots of stuff going back and forth on the train, the tunnel, the chopper, so many things happening. Explosions. Really yeah, very, very good. And then, I don't know, is this a spoiler if I give body count right now and numbers, or should I do it next week?
No, let's do it now, but I'll take a shot at it.
Okay. Body count.
I don't think it's very high. So, and yeah, I won't say what I was about to, because that would probably be a spoiler. So I would put the body count at, 7?
Bro, are you kidding me? Did you look this up? You cannot.
Swear, on my honor.
Do not lie to me. It's 7.
I do not. Is it?
It's 7.
On the note?
Dude.
Yeah, dude.
You almost got the budget. You're off $2 million, and this one you got it right on the nose. It's insane. I need to ask you for.
On the...
Well, yeah, but still, I need you for like betting stuff.
Yeah. Dude, I honest to God do not look at anything on here. But like I do pay attention to the body count. Not from like I'm counting it, but you can generally sense how gory a film is and
sure.
You know, and whether or not it's going to be super low, mid, high, or super high.
Yeah.
And we talked about this earlier, that the rating was PG-13. There wasn't a ton of violence, not a ton of blood. So, you know, those are all things that I take into account and say 7. Nailed it.
That's awesome. I mean, generally, what do you think? You are a Mission Impossible virgin. So what do you think?
My cherry's been popped.
What do you think of the first one?
I think that it's something that everybody has to see. I told you the reasons why. I felt like I could never catch up after 3 came out. And I just missed the first 2. And then it was like, holy cow, that's such a commitment. And there were so many great movies that came out.
Yeah.
From 2000 from 96 to 2000 and even 13, 14.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen this, or if it's been 20 years since you've seen this, pop that sucker back in, because it just had great plot, great twists, great action. Tom Cruise is phenomenal. It has that 90s vibe, you know, that was just so awesome. The special effects were amazing for that time. So I would say that it's a movie that you've got to watch.
I agree 100%. And you're right too, with regard to, if you haven't seen it in a while, you know, Mission Impossible 7 Part 1 is coming out, Day of Reckoning, soon. This year, this summer. So it's a great time to go catch up on the series, you know?
Right.
And
we've got our work cut out for us.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool if we could time it right, where by the time we hit summer, we've got all 6 done. But we'll see.
We need to keep an eye on that release date for sure. Keep the listeners updated.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. Those are great points, and I can't add any more to that. I think just go watch it. It's good, and I'm really curious over what we're going to do. And we've done this on the show before with like Rambo movies and Predator movies and Alien movies. It'll be cool to have you rank them. It'll be cool to have me rank them. So right now we only have one, so we like this one, but it'll be cool to rank these as we go on, because it's going to get hard to rank them. I'm going to tell you right now.
Oh, yeah. Agreed.
Okay. Well, at this point, there may be spoilers up ahead. So if you want to watch and then come back next week and join us for our breakdown of what was a very controversial film reboot of Mission Impossible. We'll talk a little bit more about that next week. Obviously, you heard some of the reviews that people were like angry that it was not like the TV series, but we'll get into a little bit more next week. But I'm on the social medias. I dare you to message the great Popcorn Priest at Popcorn Priest. I love movies and would love it if you'd share the love. Share this with the movie lover in your life. Another way to support the show is by throwing a few shekels at the priest. Visit patreon.com/Popcorn Priest for details and see what extra perks you can enjoy. And lastly, the easiest way to support the show and the most free is like, subscribe, and give us a 5-star review, easier than starting your car. And as always, I'd like to thank the listeners for coming with us on this journey, as well as our reoccurring guest, Dan Sacklunch himself. Always a pleasure, my man.
It was great. Great start, man. Looking forward to next week to finish this one off.
Yeah, join us next week for part 2 of Mission Impossible. We'll see you guys then.